Hello everyone, my name is Prashant Tiwari. Again, I am welcoming all of you to the class of Business Acumen. This video is in continuation with my previous video, that introductory video we shared day before with everyone. That video talks about the introduction of the course Business Acumen Third, the basic objective of introducing this course and this subject to the program Bachelor of Business Administration, the series of Business Acumen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. What we have covered so far during our first year of classes of Business Acumen 1 and Business Acumen 2, and what we are going to cover during our third semester classes of Business Acumen 3rd, and what are the expectations, what we faculty members are expecting from you, that after the completion of the course, how this particular subject Business Acumen 3rd is going to help our students in achieving the desired objectives. I have also shared with everyone in detail the various topics which are given in our syllabus in our classroom session, right? So in this video we are going to talk about the introduction to the Business Acumen and why it is important for the students, for the businessmen. What are the various terminologies that we are going to, and how these terminologies will be helpful in understanding the concept of business acumen to all of us, right? So if we talk about business acumen, so business acumen can be said to be the opposite side of the coin of street smart. And when I'm quoting this word street smart, what actually I mean by this? If I talk specifically about street smart, one individual or anyone who is coined by the term street smart, it means that he or she has the necessary experience and knowledge which is very much necessary to deal with the potential difficulties or dangers of life. What I mean by this, that as we know, on daily basis business situations are changing, scenarios are changing, environment is changing, and it's a dynamic activity, it's keep on changing. So it is very much important for all of us to update ourselves, to understand the sensitivity. And to be street smart means that you have the necessary situational awareness with you. You can assess the environment you are in, who is in it, and what are the available angles are which are there in the available in the that particular environment. One can have the necessary resources, one can have the necessary information, one can have the necessary knowledge, but till the time that knowledge, that resources are not executed as per the requirement, as per the situation, as per the need of the hour, these resources, these knowledge are waste. So it is important to understand the sensitivity of the word street smart, which means that along with the knowledge, the understanding is also important. To whom you are talking, how you are convincing people. The key principle driving business acumen is knowledge and understanding, and which means that not one without the other. Both the things are important, both the parameters are important. Knowledge and understanding cannot work in isolation. If you have the sufficient resources with you, if you have the sufficient knowledge with you, if you have the sufficient resources, knowledge, information with you, but without understanding the requirement of the market, without understanding the need of the hour, and if you are going to implement, that will not result the way it should have been. Both knowledge and understanding has to go parallelly, has to go hand in hand along with each other. Business acumen is a skill that gives the user an edge in business situations because of a developed keenness and quickness in their understanding, and which can be contributed to achieve a positive outcome. And that positive outcome can be like earning profits, increasing diversification of the businesses, right? So business acumen has also emerged as a tool for improving financial performance and a leadership development. There are a a variety of strategies around improving business acumen, but we will be focusing on business and financial literacy to develop a more productive understanding of your businesses, and that can be achieved when you have the experience and the necessary knowledge to deal with the potential difficulties or dangers of when they are coming in the businesses on day to day basis. Now, since we have a bit idea about what we mean by business acumen, so the next big question is why it is important. Why it is important? It is important at its core. Business acumen is the ability to combine experience, knowledge, perspective, and awareness to make sound business decisions. The development of this ability leads to better judgment and allows you to view organizational needs in a holistic long term way. As we know that business cannot survive for a shorter period of time, so we need to understand, and there are a lot many complexities, there are a lot many hurdles. So the experience which is required to run the business, the knowledge, and as far as these two terms are concerned, experience and knowledge and understanding, it is very important to say that understanding cannot be developed if one is not having proper knowledge. One cannot have proper experience. Experience comes with time. When you're going to implement the knowledge in different situations, when you're taking decisions in different situations, different complex activities, when you're taking care of all these things, it have the increase in the knowledge. It gives you an experience of how difficult the decisions can be made at times. Since now we have understood the importance of business acumen, let us move to understand the various key terminologies that are there in the subject. So the very first one is acumen. What we mean by acumen? As we know that business acumen is a combination of two different words. One is the business, another is the acumen. So let us define what we mean by acumen. So acumen is the ability to make good judgments and quick decisions within a particular domain, and that domain can be anything. That domain can be your personal one, that domain can be the professional one, it can be of the mechanical, technological, it can be business related, it can be finance related, it can be production related, it can be your personal decision making. So acumen refers to make good judgments and quick decisions, but we should understand that every decision which is taken in a quick time, every quick decision may not be the accurate one, may not be the true version of what we are intended for. So I would like to quote one thing, that don't be disappointed. Sometimes people need more time to make right decisions, which means that every decision is easy once you make it. The important thing is to think that we need to think carefully before we take any decision, and when we have thought, when we have given the time, make your decision, and then work to make your decision the right one, the correct one. That is the secret to a happy life and to achieve your goal. So acumen talks about taking quick decisions, but at the same time, they need to be the good judgments. It does not mean taking quick decisions and it does not have any proper homework. We need to update ourselves, we need to have done a complete homework about the various situations, the various environmental analysis we need to go for. We need to understand the various issues which are there in that particular problem or situation. Now comes to business acumen. When we making good judgments and quick decision making in the businesses, we are saying that we are having a business acumen. Also known as business savvy or an acute business sense, is in essence a complete understanding of how a company works, how a company makes money, how a company achieves their goals, how a company achieves the height, how the company's customers make money. So after a general understanding of how business operate in general, it develops when a person gains a greater understanding of the company they're currently working with. So this confirms and this includes the business acumen. Next is your financial acumen. Financial acumen is possessing a solid level of understanding as to what drives the company's profits, what are the various sources, what are the various strategies, what are the various techniques, and expenses, and how key financial matrices are used. What are the various strategies that drives the company's profits? To possess financial acumen, you generally have a good understanding of the company's financial goal. What are the company's financial objectives? What are the company's financial limitations? What are the company's financial long-sightedness? Where they want to see themselves? What are their core strategies as far as finance is related? And a basic ability to understand financial statements, budgets, and how well the company is going to meet the forecast as far as the coming environment is concerned, the future environment is concerned. Again, the technological acumen, which means technological or technical acumen, is possessing a solid understanding of the technologies involved in the operation of the company. What production techniques they are using, whether they are using the skilled labor, whether they are using the capital intensive techniques, or they are the labor intensive techniques. What they need to develop the proper understanding of the technologies which are involved into day-to-day, long-term and short-term operations of the company, which is very critical in the success of the tech companies, especially in the technology oriented companies. It is very much important to understand the technological acumen, but it is at the same time is also very important to most businesses in the existence, as we know that this phase is technology driven. Since we know that this is the technological era, this is the IT, information technology age, technology acumen is required to experience success within various levels of the leadership. And the most important, decision making. Decision making is the process of making choices by identifying risks and issues, gathering information, assessing alternative resolutions based on sound and reasonable arguments. Formal decision making models are generally called rational decision making models, which consider input, analysis, and evaluation of outcomes in order to make a decision as to which solution to implement. No company can survive, no business can survive if their decision making is not correct, is not up to date, is not up to the mark. Decision making is very important, and I should say one of the most important for everyone. And we can understand the importance of decision making by understanding it, that the success or failure of any business depends upon how good and timely the decisions are being taken. So decision making is not that easy exercise. It requires lot of gathering and collecting the relevant information related to the problem, related to the current situation, related to the future situation, and identifying the various alternatives that can be suitable as the backup, then selecting with the rational approach the best alternative out of the given alternatives we have, then executing the decision what we have taken, executing or implementing the alternatives which we have selected. And it's not over now. One need to review the decisions which have been taken frequently, and as per the requirement of the time, as per the requirement of the hour, you need to review the decisions which have been taken. And with these words, I'm saying thank you to everyone. Do apply acumen at every phase of your life, which means that you're going to make good judgments and timely taking your decisions as far as your studies are concerned. With these words, thank you everyone. Hope to see everyone in the class with lot many queries and lot many questions with your faculty members. Thank you.